Welcome back to the Likewise Pod. We are so excited for another week of What Dreams Are Made of September.
Last week was really so much fun talking all about taking risks. We had honestly a lot of fun talking about it, even though we're both very risk averse. And we just really cannot wait to dive into exploring like some of our old dreams for our lives today. Whoa, sorry for the crazy noise. My water's in the way. But very excited. Um, Also, I can't get September out of my head. Like I just keep thinking, do you remember the 21st night of September? It's really stuck in my head the last like 3 days.
No, when I saw that on the dock, like that's all I could sing for like 5 minutes. Actually, that's a lie, like 1 minute. And it was specifically like Taylor's version. It's like,
Yeah.
remember, like just like so moody. I was like, "Oh, I love that one."
Yes. I don't know if it's because like my good friend, her birthday is the 21st of September, and so like we've been talking about her birthday and things, and so I just have been thinking it because of that, I think. And then also this, like I feel like it fits with remembering old dreams. Like, do you remember?
That's so fun. I love that. Okay, well, obviously, before we get into like, remembering our old dreams and just, I guess, like reminiscing, but also reflecting, um, obviously, we're gonna do our roses and thorns for the week. So, Sam, what are your roses and thorns?
Okay, my thorn is that I've just been having a lot of allergies. Like, why? Just why? Um, Headaches from like sinus things and all that. Gross. And my rose is that we've made some book progress, which has been really good. But it's like I'm also saying that I'm like, yay, book progress, but I'm also like, book chaos, like a little bit of thorn, just like having a lot to get done. But rose is that we got a lot done and things are good and
Things are looking up.
things are looking up. We've been making a lot of big decisions for the book and the whole series in general, and so yeah, very exciting things to come. But that's it for me.
Yes. My thorn is my computer issues. Last week's episode, okay, so we're recording on Friday, and last week's episode's still not up because I just haven't had time and I'm scared. So LOL. Yeah. Rose, I made blondies today and they're so yum. So yum. Yeah, I love that. Also, the other day I made chicken corn egg drop soup. It was real good. So good. Oh my gosh. I love soup season. I'm so excited for fall. Even though I love the summer, I also really love the fall. So
Gosh, imagine not liking soup. I feel like I've said that on the podcast before, but like just imagine saying you don't like soup.
I know my sister doesn't like soup. And my parents don't really either. But then last year, like I made a lot of soup, like a lot of soup last year. And then my mom was like always eating it. I'm like, Heidi, you literally say you don't like soup. And she goes, okay, well,
It's
I like thicker soup. And then but then she eats my chicken corn egg drop soup the other day, which is like super watery and runny. And she's like, it was really good. I'm like, yeah, okay, you don't like soup.
that's funny. But yeah, the computer issues can go away.
Real.
Like
I do not have the time or money for this, but it's
that
fine.
like why now? It must know.
It's just so funny.
Like don't you know I need you?
It's only on Zoom, which I'm really nervous about because I have important meetings on Zoom now, which is stressing me out. The fact that my computer has been like shutting down, like in the middle of a Zoom call, and I'll like freeze and everything on my computer will freeze and then it'll shut down and it just gets too hot and so I get stressed. So I'm like on the edge of my seat right now, just waiting for the shutdown to happen and I'm really scared.
Right. She's just having temperature regulation issues.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. But our old dreams. This is so funny. Barely any notes, which is great because I feel like if I made notes, I maybe would have talked for like way too long for this episode today. Um, and if you know us, you know we've had like we're hobby collectors, hobby recyclers. Um, we try to like do new things with our hobbies all the time, like side quests, businesses, podcasts, everything. It's just been in our blood.
Everything.
So we've had a lot of old dreams together and probably a lot of old dreams on our own, like, the things you wanted as a kid that you maybe outgrew or like just something that was your dream a few years ago and isn't your dream anymore and it's the life you left behind. Or you could remember your old dreams and it's something you want to go back to. So it's just a very interesting, fun topic to explore.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I think it's so fun like reminiscing and just like thinking about the old dreams I've had because I'm like, okay, what kind of person was I back then? Like why was that one of my dreams?
Yes. That's so interesting to think. Like what kind of or like what kind of person I was then, or like how is that different from me now type of thing. Wow. It's so wild. Or like just like would that still be my dream now if XYZ didn't happen?
But yeah, I know. I don't know, there's just like so much. I don't know if nuance is the right word for it, but I don't think it's necessarily a wrong word for it. There's just like so much nuance to it that's like, wow, there's endless things that you could think about it. And then, I might think about it differently tomorrow than I did today or even yesterday. So,
Hmm. Totally. I guess like we can think about what our like I don't know, maybe like first dreams like for our lives like we could remember are like bigger picture things that we maybe wanted when we were younger. Um I know like for me obviously like I think my biggest most standout dream from my younger life was just wanting to like dance forever. Like it was kind of like, oh, I don't want to stop doing this. Like this rules my whole life. I don't really know what else I want to do. Like and like potentially there was a time where I wanted to like not necessarily like dance professionally, but like I wanted to like at least like dance in college. Like I wanted to do a lot of intensives and programs and all this stuff, like mostly like ballet and modern type stuff. And that was like huge for me. Or like I still wanted to like work in dance, like teaching at the studio and whatnot. And then obviously that the whole thing that happened there was I got injured and had to stop and whatever. And then I just had discovered new passions and creative hobbies that then made me want to do other things, which is very normal. And also like being 16 when that happens, like it's a very pivotal time in life when you make new decisions and you have new goals and dreams just based on becoming more adult than you were, while still being a kid. But that's like the big one that I think of. And I think of it all the time, because it's like a big part of me and it's something I come back to or I'm always reminded of, or obviously like I still like to do little dances or write about dancing or like, I don't know, all that good stuff.
yeah. Mine, like, I mean, I guess I think I've talked about it before, but like my biggest dream when I was a kid was like I wanted to be an actress. Like I just thought it was so fun and like I thought I thought that was like everyone's dream, like was to be like an actor or like in the spotlight or something like when they were kids, but apparently not. Apparently people want to be like doctors and marine biologist is a big one. I'm like, I did not know what marine biologist was probably until my later elementary years. Um, but anyway, yeah. And like, I mean, I still think that would be so much fun. So Netflix, if you want to call me up, let me know. But I'm also like I'm just so scared like making a fool of myself that I don't know that I would be very good at it because I don't like it would be so fun being in like a sitcom, but then you have to like be silly and like goofy and people laugh at you, but like they're laughing with you. But then I'd be like so scared, I'd be like, oh my gosh, did they think I was an idiot for that? Like I'd just be like so self-conscious the whole time. But I still think it'd be so fun. Oh my gosh, I don't know. So, but also like playing soccer, like that was a big dream of mine too. And yeah, like I've talked about this on the pod before, I'm pretty sure is like I got hurt. Like I hurt my hip flexors my I don't know, I was 17, I think. So like my senior year of high school, and so I didn't play senior year of high school. I mean, there's more to that story, but for another time. And so my last season of club, like it was rough because I like first of all was like aging out and then I was hurt and then I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm not actually good enough to keep playing. Like what am I gonna do? And so it was just like a whole identity crisis for me. I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna be playing soccer in college and like I'm aging out now. And so then I used my injury and like I milked it for all that it was worth. Instead of like trying to play through and like get through my injury, I used it as an excuse. Like I used it as my crutch, be like, oh, well, I can't because I'm injured, or like I can't do this part of training, or like I can't do that. And so instead I'd be like exercising or like doing my hip flexor exercise instead of like my instead of like um oh, what's it called? Conditioning with my team.
Mm.
So sorry, guys. I'm letting this out now. But I mean, like, it would hurt, but not as much as I was making it out to be. Anyways, so I used it a lot as a crutch, and that was hard, but I also used it um as a crutch, not like just like, oh, I can't do that, but also to kind of get out of it being my dream because I know it's also like my parents' dreams for me. And so I was like trying to figure out like, okay, is this more of their dream or is this more of my dream? And then like being hurt, being injured, like not actually being able to continue with it the way I had been like my whole life. I was like figuring out who I am outside of soccer, which was really weird and hard and like still a little iffy there. But yeah, it's
Right.
crazy to think about.
No, that made me think like when you said that it's like an identity crisis, I was like, oh Lord, yeah, like that's just like so relatable. And I think even if your old dream wasn't like the sport you played and not being able to do it because you're injured and how much that changes your entire life, I feel like that's just like such a at the center of like your dreams for your life. It's just like lots of moments where you're having this like identity crisis because I feel like anytime you're growing as a person and just growing up and changing, your dreams are gonna change maybe twice as much or like as much as you're growing, like your dreams are on that steady path with you. So you're probably going to have those moments where you have like the like, wait, but this isn't what me 2 years ago wanted. This isn't what like where's this coming from? Is this new? Is this even something I want? Or like then also like not only having to ask yourself that, but in like your conversations with other people, defending your choices or like explaining why you're going in a certain direction when they think your dream has always been this thing. But you're
Hmm.
like, well, but I'm not the same person. And they're like, oh, you're like, what do you mean you're not the same person? And you're like, well, I'm just growing. I'm changing. I'm growing up. My mind's different. My experiences have been different. I have this new thing I'm really passionate about. Um, but yeah, lots of identity crisis.
Yeah, and I like that's still something that I maybe not like surprisingly, but like still something that like deal with a lot today is people just assuming or like it's like other people putting their dreams into me. It's like their dreams for themselves, but then like trying to live vicariously through me. And so like I have conversations with people. I'm like, I don't like, yes, I love working in sports. Like I love doing what I do. And would I love an opportunity to do more and like have like a full-time role there? Yes. But also like I don't know that I do want to work in sports full time anymore. And like I've had that conversation with people and they're like, okay, well, Issa, like you don't know what it's like though. So maybe you would like it. So just try harder. I'm like, okay, yes, that's great. But like the more I learn about it, like the more I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't something that is for me. And they're like, well, blah blah. I'm like, this just feels like a revolving door. Like, just listen to me instead of trying to like put your own ideas into it because it's not like I haven't thought of those things before, right? And just like, I mean, not anything like it's not a that's not a big deal. I could not care less. But even like smaller things, like oh, like working podcasting full time. Like I think that's my dream right now is like figuring out how to do like podcasts like full time. Like that would be so fun. And like, but how? Don't know because podcasting is still like new, like relatively new because it's only been around since mid early 2000s, I think. And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Think about these things. I already said that so many times, but it really is.
Yeah. No, it's very hard because it's like as much as our dreams are personal, they're also such like a public facing part of us because it's always like, oh, where do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Oh, what do you want to study in college? Like, what do you want to major in? Where do you want to work with that degree? Like, what kind of company? Like, it's so many questions. We're like trained to be so future oriented with like
Mhm.
dreams that it's like it's a huge part of our like persona and our like entire identity for other people to perceive. Like for a lot of people, like, oh, you know this person? What do you know about them? I'm like, oh, well, they're this major and they want to do this, or they like people ask about like me or something, or they ask about you. I'm like, oh yeah, like she works in sports and she does this, and but we do this together, and it's just like it's such a first thing you talk about someone. It's like their line of work, their profession, because to an extent it's equated with passion and some other values. But um yeah, it's interesting that it's like so personal but so public.
Yeah. Wow. That's good. That's really good.
What was I thinking? Oh, I was also thinking about just like having like multiple dreams because obviously we can have multiple dreams all at the same time. Like we can have two things at once. Two things can be true at once. Great episode from the past. I always, anytime I say that, I think about the Travis Kelce uh COVID vaccine commercial where he's like, two things at once or whatever. Um,
That's so funny.
but like obviously you can have multiple dreams at the same time. Like, and I think people obviously want to put you in boxes because that's just what our brains like to do and how we're, I don't know, wired is like putting things in boxes. So people want you to just have like one dream. Like, what is your long-term career goal or whatever? But you can have like multiple dreams and maybe some have priority over others, but maybe they're all equal and it's kind of like, well, any of these things, I'd be happy with none of them, any of them, all of them, whatever. Um, so I feel like I found myself having multiple dreams because it's like I think maybe like those old dreams and lives that I've left behind kind of creep back in and they're still like little dreams that like to me I feel like aren't achievable, but they'll always be there. And then there's like the dream with like creative things like the podcast, writing, whatever. And then there's dreams with just my regular full-time job, which actually there's not dreams there. So, not in like a, that sounded so bad, but like there's not like my big dream is creative dream, not like working for a company dream. So, there's not dreams there.
Beep, 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 beep. Excuse me, Buck HQ.
Or we're like, so like what's like your long-term goal here? Like what do you want to do? And I'm like, I can't tell you because I don't know.
It's a secret.
And I'm never gonna tell.
Yeah, I know. I think like I really liked your point of it being like such a personal thing, but such an outward
Yeah.
facing thing. Like that's one of the first things we learn about people. It's like, oh, like when we were in school, like, oh, what's your major? Like that's the first question after you learn their names, basically. And then it's like after that, oh, what do you want to do with that? And I think that's like so interesting. And then, talking to people in the workplace, be like, oh, okay, so like what's your job here? Like what do you want to do? What's like what's your goal? What are you working towards? What are you trying to get to? What is your end game? Like what do you want to be doing? Or maybe I'm the only one having those conversations and
No,
asking those
that
questions.
everyone
But
everyone
like
talks.
when I meet people at work and like they're in like higher positions or even in like same like part-time role as me, I'm like, okay, yeah, like what do you want to do? Like like your biggest goal, like your biggest dream in life? Like what do you want to do? Like what's your if you could be doing anything, like what would it be? And I think like that's such a fun question to ask, but it's also like such a big one because when people ask me, I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to tell you because I don't want you to judge me and think I'm like,
Now I
whoa,
judge
that's
when asking.
weird. That's crazy. And then, okay, because like I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago. LOL, me saying, I think I talked about this. I think I talked about that. But how it's so much easier confiding in like online friends with things because like, okay, I found my chosen community and this is a safe space versus like talking to people in real life that I like have personal relationship with already and then being like, yeah, so I'm also doing this. Like that's so weird and it's so uncomfy for me. So I just don't. And it's it's because like the online, it is that safe space versus like in real life like yes they could be judging me but I also know that they'll like be cheering me on and rooting for me but then they'll also probably be checking it out and I'm like I don't want that. I don't want my real life to cross over with like my internet life. Like that's so scary to me, but I'm like shoot, that's how I grow. I mean, I guess like personal growth, but I'm when I said that I meant like numbers growth. Anyways, sorry, but yeah, like the podcast being a dream. I think that's like so fun and it did not start off that way at all. And the way that it's evolved into being one of, if not like my biggest dream now, is scary, but it's also so fun. And like I think that's just very telling of like I don't know, of like how we grow as people and like how dreams happen and dreams change and you can have a new dream overnight. I mean, this one took 100 and however many episodes to
Lots of nights.
come. But yeah, like it's so fun like seeing how different and like thinking about the difference in me as a person, like when we first started this versus now. And like I was talking to someone the other night about like from high school. And then I'm like, yeah, no, I like just knowing how much I've changed since high school and even since college, like crazy, crazy to me. And then they're like, oh, have you changed? I'm like, oh shoot, don't ask me that. Now I don't know what to say.
Personal. That's that made me think like in a different way. Um, like you were talking about having the community of people online who relate and do a great job of supporting some of these like more internet-y type things in our creative side and whatnot. And it just made me think like, okay, well what it's kind of another thing that like I don't want to say kills dreams. That's so sad. But like things that really do kill a dream, like one thing, like not having support from the people around you. Like a lot of dreams like we leave behind, like the ones we talked about earlier was kind of like forced change. So number one,
Mm,
dream killer, forced change. And then you grow in different ways. Number two, lack of support, because sometimes having the dream by yourself is not enough. And sometimes it is enough, that's great, but like at the end of the day, it probably isn't enough, and you probably need the support from people around you and building a community and having the people who are going to tell you you're doing a good job. Because like if it's only you believing in that dream, the second you doubt yourself or feel like you want to give up, you're going to give up because you don't have anybody telling you not to. So yeah, I'd say that's number two, dream killer. Very common, very frequent dream killer. Just like not having people in your corner or like also believing in your dream with you.
yeah. If you haven't heard me say it enough, I'll be saying this until the day I die. Like life is all about relationships. So if you don't have relationships with people, like if you don't have a community of any kind, like first of all, um proud of you that you've made it this far without that, but like put yourself in some sort of community right now because it's so important to be in community with others. Like just, to have them pushing you and you pushing them, like to be the best version of yourself, right? And to grow and to like actualize your dreams, right? And so, because I mean, dreams are so fun, but at some point, like they either like they're gonna either stay dreams or they're gonna become reality. And that's the scary part. It's like, okay, when, like, am I gonna make it reality? And like, what are the steps to take to that? And that's like That's the hard part. That's hard, and it's so much fun, like just thinking about it and being like, oh, yes, I would love to do that. Would love to do that. It's so much fun just talking about things. But as a talker and not a doer, it gets embarrassing.
Yeah. No, it's so true. 'Cause dreams are like dreams are dreams for a reason. Like it's so much fun to to dream about them, to think about how cool it would be. And then like when you're doing the work, then you're like, dang, like I kind of like just was romanticizing the really cool fun part at the end, like when I do achieve this thing, not necessarily like the things it takes to get there or like the not so glamorous parts. Like I just thought about how much I'd want to be at that point. And then so then it's just kind of thinking like, oh, takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of things sometimes. But and this is just interesting because it's like, well, what point am I gonna feel like I achieved that dream?
Hmm.
Like if I am working towards a dream, like when am I gonna feel successful in it? When am I gonna feel like I achieved it without setting like a very specific like goal of like I get this many of this, like a quantifiable thing. It's just interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, because honestly, I'm very much not a it's all about the journey kind of person. I'm like, no, it's about the start line and the finish line. Like, I don't care about what happens in the middle as long as like I get to where I want to go. Like that's because that's where I want to be. I don't want to be somewhere in the middle. I want to be at the end. But no matter how much I don't really care about the middle stuff, it still has to happen. And the only person that's actually going to make it happen is me. Because like other people can't actualize your dreams for you.
True.
Like even if we think about it, like if we think, oh no, someone else can, like, oh, Usher like made Justin Bieber's dreams come true. Like, no, Justin Bieber like put in the
Right.
work.
Like he
He
was
like
still
uploaded videos to YouTube like every day. Like he
had
did so
to.
much. And Usher just happened to stumble upon his videos.
And listen,
Like
the girls
he
were
made
there
his
too.
dreams come true.
The fans were there. The fans were also there, right with Usher. And you know, that's such a that's such a niche, like very
Yeah,
specific
sorry. I
audience.
just thought of it.
Oh, it's
I
great.
was like, what happened? What happened? There's so many things. It's like as much as we want it, like an opportunity to fall in our lap, we have to be willing to do things to get those opportunities to fall in our laps, right? Like we could think that we're the unluckiest person in the world, like nothing ever goes our way, but how much work are we actually putting into like getting these things done? Or we could think, oh my gosh, this other person is so lucky, like they win giveaways or like they get like the best deals on stuff or they win vacations or they whatever. Like think about how much work they're actually doing. Like, are they entering like a million contests? Or are they entering a million giveaways and they only win one for every like 100 or 200, 400 they enter, right? Like it's all about stats. Like, sure, there's gonna be there's a couple people who's like, oh, they're one for one, like great, good for them, but that's not the norm. So we have to be willing to put in the work to actualize our dreams, to make our dreams reality, which is hard and it sucks. And that's why I'm a talker and someone who just says, oh my gosh, I would love to do this, but then never does it.
Right.
But then it gets embarrassing because people are like, okay, Issa, so what's going on? Like literally today I made blondies and I've been thinking about blondies, oh my gosh, for literally over a year and haven't made them. And my sister's like, so it took you over a year to make them? I'm like, oh yeah. But then I finally made them. I'm like, wow, how much sweeter would this have been if I would have done this a year ago? Because then
Right.
I could have been having blondies all the time instead of just thinking about them.
True. Also a great reference. Little metaphor, but it's like also real.
Yeah, sorry, just so much.
Um, yeah. There's just so many dreams to be dreamt and to be had. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's just like I've just been thinking about it a lot because I'm like obviously like my I feel like I kind of said this earlier, but like my career dreams are completely different. Like I keep saying like to people like, no, I really want to do this. Like I really want my creative things to become full time. Like I want to be an author. Like I want to be a podcaster. I want to do this. And like the other day, like at work, I was doing something and I just straight up said to like a couple of my coworkers, I was like, I think I'm like was just like, I think I want to work in publishing again. Like I literally was just like, I want to work in publishing. Like, but I'm also like, but I want to also make way for myself to be an author. And I was like, and it's really hard to work in publishing. Not like it's harder to also work in fashion, like that's also really hard. Um, but it's just like I'm like I don't really see myself like growing and like dreaming of and wanting to achieve like bigger roles in my industry that I like work in, like not necessarily just my company, but like just like everywhere. I'm like, I just don't see that as being my future and being my thing. I'm like, no, I see the being an author and being doing this stuff as that. So I'm like, God, it
Yeah.
takes it's a lot of work.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I know that not everyone's dreams, like when even when they work for it all the time, like becomes their full reality. But this could be a really hot take and very controversial. But it also makes sense with like the kind of person I am. Like, I am just a very like I thought I was like pessimistic. Like I don't think I'm optimistic, but I used to say like I'm a realist with a pessimistic lens, which I kind of am, but I think I'm just more of like a realist. Anyways, I think a lot of it's just mind over matter. Like
Yeah.
if this sounds really, really harsh, but if you want to like be doing something and it hasn't like picked up, maybe you're not working hard enough. Like that sounds really, really harsh, but like I don't know, like people, I saw a thread the other day, and it's like becoming a trad author does not happen overnight, right? Like it took me like 8 books, and then someone finally caught me, and but they caught me like at the right time, and or like my book came across them at the right time, and they were able to pick me up and blah 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 all the things, and that's a lot. 8 books, that's a lot. That's a lot. Whereas like others, like yeah, I'm so lucky that like someone came across my book, my first book, and decided to pick me up for it, and then blah 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 all the things. I'm like it, a lot of it I think is luck. It's just a lot of right place at the right time, but it's also just like how hard are you willing to work for it?
Right, because it's also like, well, they come across you because at that point you built yourself up so successfully as a independent independently published author. Like your stuff became successful enough to where like you were never seeking, maybe you were, but it's like you were maybe never seeking out being tried published on your own before. Like maybe you didn't spend years in the query trenches because you from the bat were like, no, I'm just independently publishing all this stuff. And then when you're 8 books in with like so many followers, so many reviews, really good success with your books, like yeah, it's like not that surprising that like an agent would maybe look at that and be like, you, let's do this. Um, or like a very viral like indie release with like great reviews and well, lots of and it is a like potential success of like what that agent's looking for and what's going to be successful for like what publishers would be looking for and things that have potential to become series or like be mass marketable. But yeah, it's just so interesting where it's like, well, like I love people debating it because it's like, nope, yeah, it really is so different for everyone because you do have people who try to query for years
Hmm.
and it just being like, nope, this isn't working. Like I'm gonna just independently publish. And then you have people who from the beginning say, I'm just gonna indie publish. I'm not gonna try to query or try to get representation. And then they just build themselves up so successfully on their own with the resources they have to then have representation find them. So it's just very much like whatever route you want to go, like you can achieve the same dream as someone taking a different route.
Yeah. And like at that point too, it's like people you can be thinking, okay, well, I'm trying as hard as I can and nothing's happening. Like I've been doing this for years, blah blah blah. Do you have a community? Have you been asking people for help? Have you been reaching out? Have you been like following trends? Have you been starting your own trends? Like it's just so many things. It's like, yeah, Sam and I, we've been doing this for 4 years, like podcasting, and we've only like in the past year, we've gone to the most followers we've ever had. Like we've I think more than doubled our following in the past year.
Yeah.
And and then there are other people who have like 3, 4, 5 times our following, which still isn't like a lot, but it's a lot to us. And they've been doing this for like 2 years. And I'm like, dang, what are we doing? But now that we have community, we have like more podcast friends, we have more podcast friends, we have more like friends in indie author world, like we have more resources where we're able to reach out and be like, okay, like what works for you? Like what should we do differently? Like what's going on? How can we grow? How can we make this better? How can we be better at our craft, you know? And I think that's what's done it for us is building and finding community.
Mm-hmm. And just like, are you being authentic? Like, is
That
this
too.
thing you're
That too.
chasing something that is authentic to you? Like, is this really like a dream to you? And are you being authentic in your pursuit of that dream? Because if you're just doing so much random stuff that's not even authentic to you or what you want to be doing just for the sake of like gaining followers, you're not going to get yourself anywhere because you're not going to get the audience you need. You're not going to be happy about what you're making later on, but you're going to be sitting there like with your giant following that doesn't engage with your content because your audience is random and not really niche, and then you don't even like your content either. So what are you doing? Yeah, I just think about that sometimes. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to like get to that dream, but if you're trusting in your route and you're being authentic and like you know what you want to do and what your mission is there, like stick with it, do it. Don't compromise your authenticity for achieving your dream sooner or something, you know?
Yeah, like if the content you're making is not authentic to you, like your followers, like the people who see it are gonna know. And then at that point, are you even following your dream? Right? Like
Right.
us, we just found out in the past year that bookish space, one of our dreams. And we would not have, I don't know how we figured it out. Actually, no, it's because we both started reading recently. But like had we not explored that, we wouldn't have, I don't think, actually realized to the extent that it's at, you know? Like we wouldn't be writing a book, we wouldn't be like having as many friends and like authors on the pod as we do. But yeah, it's so funny. It's like, yeah, try honestly, yeah, try out a bunch of things. Like it might not be natural to you at first, but you could grow into it and it could become natural, but don't do things that are like inauthentic because like people know. People are gonna feel it and like know and be like, okay, well, this doesn't feel like something that they would do or like something that they would want to be doing. So I don't know why they're doing it.
Right. Yeah. No, true. Sometimes you just gotta think about the content you like and the things you enjoy doing. And if that's part of your dream, great. If there's something else you want to do, also great. But I think like
Hmm.
yeah, with our whole the way we fell into book related stuff was just it was kind of funny because I think about it too. I'm like, I have watched BookTube for a long time. Like even in all the years I wasn't reading, I loved BookTube. I was like someone who I don't it was probably very much an anxiety thing for me. I had so many like different like comfort like types of like YouTubers and YouTube content that I would watch, and it was weird because like I did not relate to it or like I could not contribute anything to the conversation, but I loved to watch it. So like that's how I was with BookTube for a long time. And then also like I used to watch like gamers on YouTube sometimes. Like I would watch really long like gaming videos of games I did not play, did not know anything about, but I would just like watch these gaming like commentary videos because they were kind of relaxing. I don't know, but like I would just like watch all this stuff and be like, this is so random. And then now I'm like, well, with like BookTube and stuff, I always loved it. And then I just had to become a reader again.
Yes. Oh my gosh, sorry. I love that because as we all know, I'm back in my Smosh phase. And
We're the
but
same.
my favorite Smosh videos are okay, I love TNTL. Try not to laugh. But my favorite is Smosh games. I love watching them play games.
Oh my God. I had a phase, Zeke and I both, we had a phase months ago where we were watching Smosh games and we're the most obsessed with the Chosens. And we spent like a month talking like Chosens and like we made it our life. Like everything we
I
did
love The
was
Chosen. They're
being
so funny.
anyways. Yes.
No, my favorite's like the mafia style games like
Yeah.
Werewolf or what is it? Blood on the Clock Tower, Blood
Yeah.
on the Clock Tower, something like that. Like those really long ones.
Yeah.
I those are my favorites to watch. They're so funny. Um, but no, literally, I'll watch those right before I go to sleep, like 3 or 4 videos,
Yeah.
like 4 hours worth of videos.
That's so funny.
Anyway, sorry, beside the point. I think that means I have a dream of gaming with friends,
Right.
playing board games with my friends. Um, so sorry. I love Smosh. They're so funny.
They are so funny. But I mean, yeah, I think like you can have there's a lot of dreams that maybe like they are your dreams for a reason and maybe they're just like small things that it'll take a couple like little things exposing you to it for it to like come to fruition and like no it is a dream or you to try doing something and be like yes I actually really want to do this and the more you do it the more it grows and maybe the more it takes priority over the other dreams you already had. That's not a bad thing either.
Yes. Yeah. And I think like
Abandon that. You can abandon a dream.
never mind, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I'm so sorry.
You're good. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yes, I agree. You can abandon a dream, and I think that there's like no shame in that. Except I do feel a lot of shame when I do that, especially like when I tell people, like, okay, Outcast, for example, that was embarrassing. Like, I think the first 2 episodes, they were so fun, they were good, and then we recorded this third one, and it was so bad, so I never even edited it, like, did not upload, and then it died after that. And so that was, for me, that was embarrassing because we're like, we're so excited about it. We're like, this is gonna be so good, and I still think the concept is really good, but I just don't think it's for us.
Right. And it totally could have been, especially now, like, because we've seen a couple people doing what, like, there are people doing what Outcast was supposed to be, and they're doing it way better than we ever could have done it. So great. But I think also the, like, we were so committed to it and we loved the idea of it, and we were trying to be so polished with, like, the content strategy and stuff. And I think what helps us with, like, likewise and trying to do book stuff is we feel a lot more freedom in that, and we also are a lot more comfortable with like the type of content we do now. Like even stuff we're doing now, I don't think we would have done back when we started Outcast. And I think we needed the level of content making we have now then to have stuck with it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Like we would needed to be more comfortable with video content and like commentary and like really it was like a niche that needed that type of like energy brought to the content. And we just weren't in a place to do that.
Yeah. Also, I'll let everyone in on a secret. We repurposed the Outcast Instagram.
We did. Yeah.
Which one is it? Is it same way? I think it's same way.
I think it's same with or
No, or is to you same way? That
so
is
what is
also a dream we
Outcast?
had.
I was like, wait, so what's
No, I know we repurposed Outcast to something, but do we
Mm,
have a third account somewhere? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so you can abandon a dream and it's totally fine because you change, your dreams change. Well, obviously if you're abandoning a dream, your dreams change. But like just your interests and values change like with over time and stuff. So it's more more than okay to reevaluate, be like, okay, what do I want? Like what's the loftiest thing I can think of? Like what do I want to do? All those things. Like it's so okay. And I think that there needs to be less shame in abandoning dreams.
yes. Real. Agree. No shame. Like 5 6 is some.
I was gonna say 5 5 sauce.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Defend yourself if people are making you feel weird for your dreams or your not dreams. Like, if people have something to say about the dreams you've abandoned, tell them what's up. And if they have something judgmental to say about the dreams you do have, also tell them what's up.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you can't defend your dream, maybe it's not your dream.
Yeah, agree. Sorry, I just looked up same way because you can see like how many times like an account has like changed their
Yeah.
username and like, when they joined. Same way I joined March 2022, so that was to you. Um,
Right. Yeah, that
because
one.
Outcast was
That's so crazy. Now I'm like, what the heck is Outcast? Because it's gone. And what other,
maybe we just deleted it.
yeah. Because like I'm not logged into it
Huh.
and it's not there if you look it up. But I feel like it's something because I feel like it would still, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe
Or maybe we won't. I don't know.
it's just gone.
It's so funny. Um, anyway, sorry. Uh, uh, what dreams have come true?
Um, oh, that's kind of a good point. Maybe sometimes after a dream comes true is also maybe a dream killer. Like if like the dream comes true, but then there's nothing to go off that dream to continue it, or like you don't want anything further with it than what you achieve. Like sometimes you leave that dream because you're like, okay, I achieved it and it's done. But I was trying to think of things that have come true. I feel like it's like a lot of things that are just in progress, or like there's been enough steady progress of some of my dreams that I'm still doing it. Or I feel like us with the podcast, like have we achieved anything like super monumental? No, but like done enough to where we haven't stopped. It's still a dream, and it's an even more realistic dream with the more that we've done. Like we went to Romance Con and we like for the podcast, and um we have had like a magazine interview in the past, like, things like that, where it's like, okay, those were cool moments that have kept the dream alive. But I wouldn't say the dream has like fully come true, or like there's smaller dreams for it, like that have come true, like having so many guests and making so many friends. Like those were definitely all dreams. But I will say, like, the big, big dream of it, like, yeah, taking the podcast full time. That is far from coming true, but we're working, we're trying.
Yeah. I think that's something like okay, going to Romance Con, actually that was a dream of ours.
Yeah.
Or like mine, but I'll say ours. Um, only since like the beginning of this year, and we're just like, oh wow, how cool that would that be if we were able to go as press. Like I think like being actual press or like having an event where we're like press or media or something like that was a dream, and that's something that like did just come true. Did we do great at it? Subjective. Um, and a jury's still out, but like it was our first event, so no one no one's gonna judge a first event as doing something right, hopefully. But yeah, and so I think like there's just so much growth and so much room to grow in it, and so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good, and there's gonna be more where likewise is there as press and not maybe not as authors. I don't know. Podcast con.
PodCon.
PodCon and everyone's media. There's no one to see.
Just tiny mic interviews everywhere.
No, okay, actually, I was thinking about that. Like when we were there, I was like, what if there was like a podcast convention? But like, wouldn't everyone just want to go as media?
Everybody would just be making content like crazy.
Oh my
Like
gosh, it's so
reserving
funny.
like the rooms to like record.
Yeah. So I guess like having the podcast has like kind of actualized my little actress dreams just because I mean not that like I'm acting or like being a different person, but that I'm like able to express myself and have my own sort of thing and that like I show up to every week. Well, most every week. Sorry guys about last week. Maybe we'll have like a double drop today. Um, or I don't know, like it's just it's I don't know, or like playing soccer again. I think that was probably I like when I think about it, I think that was a dream I had is like, can I please play soccer again? And like doing that again has been really fun over the past year. And so it's just small things too that can be dreams. It doesn't have to be like big things that you don't think will ever happen.
True. Yes. Lots of small dreams, making up the big dreams. And I guess another one, like for me, obviously, like I did publish, like I do have a published book. Is it something I'm great at promoting? No, because I'm trying to write other books and it's not, the one I feel like I need to like promote like crazy. I don't think I put that book out with the intention of it being wildly successful, but more so to do it for myself, um, and hope that other people would enjoy it and things. So that dream came true. I can say that I'm a self-published author, poet, you know, but it's like still the dream's still going. The books are still being written. Um, and then I think I've just like found ways to incorporate my old dreams that I thought were long gone into life now too, which has mostly just been writing, like finding ways to input my old dreams into characters and things.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so
It's so
true.
fun.
Oh sure. I just had another one that I realized. Oh, joining a sorority. That was a dream my entire
Yeah.
life.
Oh,
That was like something I had my
same.
entire life.
Oh, I don't know if it's like entire life, but at least the age of 12. Like at least 2012 on, I wanted to be in a sorority.
Yeah, like I remember like as a child, like elementary school, my dad would talk about being in fraternity, how it was like the best decision he ever made in college. And I was like, I want to do that. And not join a fraternity, but like I want to be part of Greek life. And I did that. So I'm so happy. I'm like, wow, that's so fun. So that's a childhood dream achieved. Check.
I love it.
This was such a good conversation.
It was.
Wow. Even with my crazy, outlandish, not really, my potentially controversial take, but I don't think it was. I
Oh,
think I
it
explained myself enough that it's okay.
was a great take.
But we have to end this episode, unfortunately, but I feel like we could talk about dreams and stuff for so long. But we have to end it. So, Sam, what is your song of the week?
My song of the week is so good. It's Role Models cover of Somebody Else by the 1975 from his Spotify single and it's just
So good.
I can't stop listening. Any cover of that song I eat up. So,
Oh, so literally, that's a song that like I'll listen to anyone's version and it's gonna be just like so authentic to them. Like
yeah.
they'll make it their own and oh, eat it up. Love it. My song of the week is Paper Cup by Thomas Day. I don't know what it is, but this song has like a death grip on me right now. Like I sent it to Sam and I was like, oh my gosh, this feels like so much like this person because I just feel like they're such a moody person or like the character. And then I listened to it like 5 times in a row. So yeah, love it. Um, if you don't already, make sure to follow us on whatever stream platform you use. And then if you could rate and review, that would also be so fun. We could be best friends. Or not. Like we don't have to be. Like that's a lot. I'm so sorry. I just put that on you. Don't okay. Um and then follow us on whatever stream or whoa, follow us on Instagram at likewise_pod. And then you can also follow our book journey at Same Way Books. It's so fun, exciting stuff going on over there sometimes, occasionally. And then TikTok at likewise.pod. Wow. All the accounts.
All the accounts, there's so many. There's even more than that, but those are the
Yeah,
important ones to get you there.
literally. But yes, oh my gosh, so happy my computer didn't like crap out on me today. That's a win. That's a rose. But yay, thanks so much for such a fun conversation, Sam. It was so good. And I hope you just have a really great rest of your day.
Thanks, Issa, and likewise to you all.
Bye.